How it sounds. How it sounds. Audio works. Thing at the top.
Hey, what you did? Read all about it. Bill Williamson's gang terrorized.
Bill Williamson. Not running as well because I'm having to run it on my app through PlayStation now because it won't let you do it on PlayStation now. No idea if the also running wireless. It doesn't look too bad for PlayStation 3.
Well, I, for one, am grateful, Mrs. Bush, that they are finally bringing civilization to this savage land.
I could not agree with you more, my dear. My daddy settled this land, and I know he'll be looking down on us. Please, while we help the natives.
Yes, they've lost their land, but they've gained access to
Yes.
heaven.
But, Father, do you mean unless an innocent receives communion, they're destined to go to hell? That hardly seems fair.
What I mean to say, Jenny, is that there's a great deal of difference between an innocent and a savage.
I never thought of it that way.
Yes, they look like animals, but they're happier now.
Not only do people now have motor cars, Father, but I heard that pretty soon we will be able to fly.
No, only angels can fly, Jenny.
No, apparently people can fly. Didn't you hear? Out in Kansas, a man even got a car to fly.
I hardly think so, Jenny.
Apparently, Mr. Johns wants to run for governor, which is why he's so concerned with cleaning up the state.
Nate Johns.
Yes.
His family is nothing but hillbilly trash that came here after the war. I don't want to be judgmental, but this should not be ruled by such a disgusting family. A family without class.
Apparently, the John family have made a lot of money, and he has a lot of friends in politics.
Mrs. Bush, money isn't everything. There are many things that money cannot buy.
It seems that money can buy voters, though.
What you must remember, my dear, is that we have been brought here to spread the word. And word and civilization, they are the same thing. They are the gifts. It is the opportunity we have, the chance to live among
John's
people who
funeral.
are decent and who do not kill each other. And who let you worship in peace?
It's so confusing, Father. Sometimes I find it impossible to make the distinction between a loving act and a hateful one. I mean, they often seem to be the same thing.
Yes, Jenny, it is confusing. But you only have to ask me if you need help.
Well, here we are, Mrs. Bush. Armadillo.
Came to Armadillo and
All right.
sensitivity's a little bit high.
Mr. Martin, over here! You must be John Moss.
Sometimes.
I'm Jake. Your friends from Blackwater hired me to guide you.
They ain't my friends, but pleased to meet you, Jake.
I got the horses saddled up and ready out front. Actually, overcharges is shooting a wall.
Down a little bit.
All righty, Mr. Marston, let's get it. I ain't much of a fella for gossip. Take it easy until we're out of town. Ain't no point in causing a ruckus.
Come on!
Oh, there. So it's Fort Mercy you want to visit?
That's right.
Ain't taking nobody up to this port in a long time. Great place for a decent fella to want to visit, if you don't mind saying.
Who said I was a decent fella?
It's been abandoned for years now. Folks say it was built during the Mexican War. What kinds of soldiers around back then?
Why'd they leave?
I ain't entirely sure. I heard they had to go up north to fight the Indians. Yeah. Are you planning on spending any time in Armadillo, Mr. Marston?
Doubt it. I ain't planning on staying for very long.
Well, if you're fixing for some female company, you can do a lot worse than Armadillo. Fine as cream gravy they are. Not like Phoebe Landon. Dang, those girls ain't even fit for a drinking man to hole up with.
I'm a married man, I'm afraid.
Ain't we all? You. Yeah, so it was the marshal who hired me. Lee Johnson, do you know him?
I think I heard his name.
Says he got a telegram from some Blackwater big bug asking for a guide. I guess it's none of my business.
That's right.
You ain't very talkative, are you?
Nope.
I'm just chewing a dog, mister. It's how I am. I don't mean nothing by it.
Trust me. There's things you better off not knowing.
Control of the
You
bishop.
look like Blackwater fella.
That's because I ain't.
I'm being honest. I don't care for the highfalutin big city type. Not much at all.
Go.
buffering's making it a bit difficult
A fella told me he was out in Blackwater a few months back and saw one of them newfangled carriages without horses.
Whoa there.
I'll tell you, Mr. Marston, those coyotes eat better than I do. Not far now. You'll see the fort when you get to the top of this hill.
Slow down.
Listen, mister. This here is what's left of Fort Mercer. Some gang rode in and took the place over.
So I understand.
This is where we part ways, friend. You have yourself a good time.
Bill! Bill, I'll come for you! Bill Williamson! Come out here right now!
Go away now, John. Don't make me kill you.
Nobody need to kill anyone, Bill!
You must think I was born yesterday. You always think I was an idiot.
That ain't fair, Bill. You're my brother. I've come to try to save you.
Oh. Do I look like I need saving?
Bill, please. They want to kill us all. I can help you.
You never tried to save me before. You only seemed to save yourself.
Bill, I implore you think about this.
You implore me? You implore me? You all were fancy words. Things are different now, John. Now I'm in charge. No more Dutch. And no more you. I implore you to go back and tell them to send someone just a little bit more impressive next time.
Well,
not dropping any frames. Why is it buffering? I'm confused.
Well, you're alive.
So it would seem.
So, how do you feel?
I don't know the polite word for it.
I do. Stupid is the word we use around here. What were you doing?
Something stupid.
Well, you'll be okay. You did it, then you'll be fine. You got a bullet out a couple days ago.
Good.
It cost $15.
I'm sorry, madam. You lay there and die.
You want to die? I mean, was that it? Is that why you went straight out to murder and picked a fight with the worst bandit in the county? Did I, Mr.
Mr. Marston. John Marston.
Bonnie McFarlane. Miss Bonnie McFarlane.
You may be right, Mr. McFarlane. I don't know.
So what were you doing?
Just trying to give Millicent a chance. Old time today.
You know Bill Williamson?
Knew him for a long time.
Well, what was he like? Just like you.
Thank you. See my hat?
Have. And, what will you do now?
Yeah, I'm gonna take my time and go after a less kind way.
Well, that sounds very fun, Mr. Williamson. Quite heroic. Just like in those penny dreadfuls my brother used to read. Well, if you'll excuse me, I've got a ranch to run. Of course, if you're feeling like ride with me later, help me patrol the perimeter. You can earn back some of that money we got on doctor bills.
Of course. And thank you for that life on me.
Next time, Marston, I strongly recommend don't try to lose it quite so earnestly.
I'll bear that in mind.
Jesus Christ. Just my PC having a fit. Like how it was before. I'm completely still, and it's running everything fine. Time I move, it has seizure. Fix this. Just hey, that worked. That's definitely better. There you go.
Mr. Marston, back in the land of the living, I see.
Figured it's about time I started paying back that $15.
Well, no time to waste. The horses are saddled up over here. There's the foreman's office. It's also where we lock up good-for-nothing outlaws, such as yourself.
I'm happy enough with my current quarters right now, Miss McFarland.
Okay, let's see if you can still ride a horse. Come on then, I'll show you around the property.
Well, it's running better now, so...
To your right is the general store. You won't find Parisian high fashion, but it's good for the essentials.
Very convenient. I don't think I've ever seen a ranch with its own store before.
And here's the corral. This one's for the horses. What do you think?
I'm no expert, but it certainly looks like a fine corral.
I suspect you've stolen more horses than you've broken.
Now, where'd you get such an idea?
First impressions are hard to erase. That's the train station. Things sure have changed since the line finally got finished, bringing in all sorts of new folk like yourself.
Is that such a bad thing?
Change is only good when it makes things better. That's the barn over there. Paul built it himself when I was just a little girl. And here we are, back at the house. Let's stop for a while before we head out on patrol.
You'll get no complaints from me, Miss McFarland.
What are you waiting for? Come on, I don't bite. How about a cold drink, Mr. Marston?
Thank you, ma'am. Getting shot, then riding a horse seems to take it out of you. I could use a rest.
Sure. Come on in. I'll show you the house, and then you can sit for a while.
Thank you.
Mr. Marston,
Miss McFarland.
remember me telling you about the trouble we've been having with rustlers and other undesirables?
I do.
Will you help me keep watch on the property line this evening?
Sure.
I want to see just who is trespassing on our land.
This is a fine weapon.
Come, let's head out. The country is really beautiful at around this time. Ready, Mr. Marston? Let's mount up and patrol the ranch. Yeah! Right, follow me. Keep your eyes peeled for anything suspicious. Thank you, Mr. Marston. I feel a lot happier someone's along with me.
I feel a lot happier now I got a rifle.
Well, with your trigger itch and my feminine intuition, we should make quite a team.
Yeah, it doesn't get much better for him, unfortunately.
Hey!
I don't believe it. Those damn rabbits are back. Give me a hand with them, will you?
Whoa there!
Get your rifle out. It's about time these little thieves met their maker. Good shot. You got one. Nice shooting. That's it. Kill those little varmints. Much obliged for the tip. Them rabbits can be wily little critters. Let's get back on the horse and see what else is going on. still got plenty of ground to cover. If it's not the rustlers stealing our cattle, it's the rabbits stealing our crops.
It ain't never easy living off the land like this. Maybe you should move to a big city. Become a lady of leisure.
Look out! Coyotes! Shoot them before they get to the animals. Whoa! Good shooting, Mr. Marston. Hurry! I got this one straight for the chicken coop.
Let's go! Easy.
Yeah, we got one! That's it! Damn coyotes! Looks like that was the last of the coyotes. Just a shame we had to lose any of the chickens. Come on, I'll show you the way to your room. You know, you can actually handle a rifle.
It's something I've had a little experience in.
Maybe Bill Williamson did get lucky after all.
Luck didn't really come into it, miss.
You're a useful man to have around the ranch, that's for sure. But don't think I've forgotten what brought you here. We'll do whatever we can to help you.
I sure appreciate that, Miss McFarland.
Here we are. Thank you for your help, Mr. Marston. Makes me kind of happy I saved your life. Get some sleep and I will see you in the morning.
Good night, Miss McFarland.
A beautiful wife is no guarantee of full male potency.
Go.
There's a change of season in the air. I feel it in my patient's bones. Sir?
Hey. Up this way is Hansburgers, I think. Only by I didn't expect the same. Okay. Obviously, back in the old bit. Isn't there? I know.
Oh, Mr. Marston. How are you doing today?
I'm well, Miss McFarland. Thank you. How are you?
Well, I'm fine. Thank you. So, how are your ribs?
Fine. A little sore, but apart from a couple extra scars, it'll be as nothing happened.
Good. Come in, come in. You know, you never did tell me how you met that Bill Williamson or what you wanted from him.
No, miss, I did not.
Well, why not, if you don't mind me asking?
I certainly don't mind you asking if you don't mind me not telling. See, it's a complicated and somewhat pathetic tale, and by telling you not only would I be putting your life in danger, but also threatening the lives of some people that I hold very dear.
Well, I apologize if I seem to be prying.
And I apologize for my reticence. Hope you believe me when I say that it's simply out of respect for you.
Of course, Mr. Marston. I understand that a city dweller such as yourself likes to have some exotic secrets, so us country folk are impressed.
I'm no city man, miss.
Yeah, but I saw you get on the train at Blackwater. You with those gentlemen in bowler hats?
I'm still no city man.
But I bet you can't ride, Mr. Marston.
I hate to take money from a lady, miss.
Oh, you won't be. I'll race you right now.
If it makes you happy.
We'll see.
No, not with the horse control.
All right, I'll show you how we ride round these parts. Giddy up!
Let's go!
Whoa there! On the count of 3. 3, 2, 1, go! I trust you're not gonna be a gentleman about this!
You don't know me at all, Miss McFarland. You fool. Yeah!
That was fun.
Sure.
You know, you should go pay the marshal a visit Armadillo sometime. I'm sure he could help you deal with that nice Mr. Williamson.
I might just do that, Miss McFarland.
Do whatever you think's best, Mr. Marston.
Go, go.
Let's go! Let's go!
Bonding systems.
Whoa there! Excuse me.
Hey, hey, you got a visitor.
Shut up, you! Now what you want?
My name's John Marston. You wanted to speak to me.
I did?
Apparently so.
Why?
I guess because we're both in the business of the law.
You that fella from the train company?
No, I'm from Fort Mercer.
Fort Mercer? You them one of them Williamson boys.
Calm down.
Go on, shoot him, mister. Shoot him.
Come on, what, you getting kicked with me, boy?
What's going on here?
I got me one of them Williamson boys.
I got me one of them idiots who give marshals a bad name.
Jonah, put your gun down. You must be the man from Blackwater.
Yes, sir. Listen, that dog ain't too bright, but he seems loyal.
Jonah, get out of here for a minute.
Yes, sir, Mr. Johnson, sir. And you. Oh, I done seen enough of your hide around here, friend.
I think there's some school children down the way you can go and frighten.
Oh, hardy fucking har. Dickhead.
What are you doing here, Mr. Marston? Apart from frightening my deputies.
I'm here to capture or kill Bill Williamson.
Okay.
Can you help me?
He's outside my jurisdiction. He's in the next county. Of course, Bill Williamson and his boys have tended to keep themselves away from my town.
So you're happy to have him out there?
Well, I ain't happy, but I also ain't suicidal. My job is to keep this town safe, not clean up all of these 3 counties. It's hard enough around here.
You know, I hear you speak, and suddenly I'm reminded of how some of the people I respected most in my life had a problem with authority. What's wrong with you?
Well, I'm sure you and your fine friends have enjoyed spending your time running around pursuing noble causes. My cause is to keep this town from turning into a living hell for the folks who live here. Whole world has problems, mister, and I'm here doing what I can.
Why? What's happening?
Right now, I got the railway, the people who pay my salary, trying to get me to turn a blind eye to them burning down settlements up there. I got a bunch of cattle rustlers out near Box Canyon needs shutting down. Not forgetting the gang that keeps murdering homesteaders out in the back country. And I got a bunch of hoods over in the saloon, drunk, threatening to shoot up the whole town. That's all I got today. But it's early yet. Give me a couple more days. There'll be more.
All right, tell you what. Let's go deal with them hoods in the saloon. Then we'll discuss Williamson.
Okay, boy. You're a persistent little cuss, ain't you?
Only when things matter.
The saloon's this way.
So who are we looking for?
A bunch of 2-bit hoodlums, led by this fella called Walton. Goddamn road agents who prey on the stages coming in and out of town. Drivers in Armadillo spend more time with their hands in the air than on the reins these days.
And you're happy to let them drink in your saloon?
Happy? No. But the way I figure it, better they're carousing in there than out robbing decent folk.
That's an interesting approach to law enforcement.
This dumb rat bastard now. Let's follow him. See what kind of hole he crawls into.
Nice.
Walton's the top screw. Let's get after him. Damn, he's seen us. Come on, don't lose him. I'm getting after him. Catch me up.
Yeah. Walton's as bad as you say he is, why don't we just beef him now while we got the chance?
Because that ain't how the law works.
Is that right, Marshal?
And alive, he can still talk.
Doesn't sound like he's a man to be reasoned with.
He ain't. But a few days of my hospitality and he'll be telling me what I need to know. Walton's gang's been growing fast.
Outlawing's easy money for easy work.
Cholla Springs, Gap Tooth Ridge, these boys get around. Walton's the start, but there's plenty more where he came from. Headed for Pleasant's house. Let's stop so we can get a better look.
Slow down!
Looks like we got company, boys.
Damn. Take cover. We'll work our way up this hill.
Hey, yeah, you, over here.
Move up to that wagon on your right. I'll cover you. There's one behind the crate. Take him down. Damn you. Now move up to that crate. I'll cover you. That fool behind the rock is yours, Marston. Let her go. Make your choice. Move up to that rock. I'll keep you covered. Watch out for that sneaky bastard behind the outhouse. Good. Now move up to the outhouse, Marston.
You're making a big mistake, friend! I'll put a window in your skull, Walton.
Stay close. Just Walton left now. Try to take him alive. Walton, your killing days are over. It'll be trial and the rope for you.
Not a bad shot, Mr. Marston. Why don't you check in with me next time you're in town?
I don't want to be no policeman, Marshal.
Nor did I, my friend, I can promise you that. I'll see you soon, Mr. Marston.
Yeah.
My apologies, mister. Let's go.
Have a heart, mister. My son is missing.
I keep trying to do things you do in
Hello?
Red Dead 2 to look at
Hello?
people.
It's Armadillo 731. What is it with these things? Hello? It's a new line. Hello? Hello?
Sounds fun. What's happening?
I have no idea. If it's important, they'll send someone down like they did with you.
Suddenly, the world is full of days.
Yeah. I remember when we first got here. We used to consider people from Dade County to be exotic. Now guys can get here from the Midwest, and they can do it in 6 days.
Things have changed.
They've gotten away from me. Hello? I don't understand it no more, boy. Honest to goodness.
I'm not sure I do.
Marshall! 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 I just been up in the canyon, spying like you said. I think I seen me a couple of them rustlers. I think it was the Ballard twins and a couple of Mexicans.
They up there right now?
Well, it was a group of 4 men rounding up Mr. Gulch's livestock, and none of them looked like any of Gulch's hands, so yes, sir, right now.
That sarcasm's most unbecoming, Eli. It's gonna hold you back in life, even worse than your lazy eye. All right, let's go. You ride with us again, Marston?
Will you help me?
I will try.
It'd be my pleasure.
How long you been working for the government, Marston? Stay with us, Marston. You never know. The Ballard twins might have set up an ambush. I'll be honest with you, Marston. I ain't for all this government interference.
Believe me, Marshal, neither am I.
I try to keep the federal boys happy. I mean, we need all the help we can get. But what does a flannel-mouthed city boy who's never forked a bale of hay in his life know about a state like New Austin?
Yep, now I reckon.
All this man-best destiny hogwash, taming a wild land, bringing modernization and betterment to the West. It's only made the rich richer and the poor poorer, and it's killed a way of life.
Building a factory over a field ain't gonna help nobody I know.
Look at what they've done to the natives for God knows how many years now. It's hardly like they're gonna suddenly start respecting a man's right to work his land.
That's different. They're savages.
Ain't that different, Jonah?
Are you sure we're the Ballard twins, Eli?
Sure as shooting. I know the boys anyplace.
He's the same rustlers who've been causing the McFarland's so much trouble.
You want to avoid a rough around here now, I need to stay on 2 feet around that ranch, Boston.
Nearly there. Yeah. Boys, let's proceed on foot from here. Let's move up the canyon towards the fort. Be ready, boys. We're probably going to be outnumbered.
Those bastards ain't short on firepower neither.
See how many there are. If we take them alive, good. If not, smoke the sons of bitches.
Music to my ears, Marshal.
Those bastards are waiting for us.
You clearly don't love me.
I think you shallow with that reed, boy. You boys take the left for it. I'm going this way. Marston, you can tag along with me and join the deputies. Hellfire!
Sweet mother of God!
My God. Nice of you to give an old man a hand. Eyes up, boy! Behind that rock! Stay with me! Alright, come on, Marston. Let's push on. Damn you! There's our boys on the other side. Eyes up! We ain't finished yet! I'm giving you one last chance to put your hands in the air! Nice shot! I see one of them. Into that camp. Blast them, boy! There's one of them. You better surrender! You hear? Surrender! Or I'll kill you all!
Damn! Too close! Oh, there sure are a few of these fools.
Tell the ballers to give themselves up, or we'll kill every last one of you! That thing won't be rustling no more. What the hell? Like a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs. Put down your guns and surrender!
It's just me and you, partner!
Let's push it. Watch out. Looks like there's a couple of snipers over there. Eyes up! Snipers! I'm giving you one last chance to put your hands in the air! Good shooting, boy! Stay close! Let's push on. It sounds like the deputies could use a hand.
Shit! He almost got me!
We got your back, boys! find shooting, boys. Come on, let's regroup. This looks as good a spot as any. Gather around and listen up. Let's get as close as we can before opening fire.
Come on! Let him have it! Watch out for the hostages and can!
You better surrender! You hear?
Might as well give it up now!
I'm the goddamn law.
Come on! Give them hell!
Hell no! Where's your branding iron now? What are you waiting for? Do something!
Careful, they might put it.
Hey, was that you or me?
Why don't you go get some bread? Even this up a bit!
Marston swats rustlers like flies! Good shot!
Thanks, Marshal. We're indebted to you with our lives.
Just get them cattle back safe.
All right.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
Well done, Mr. Marston.
Yes, well done.
Now, about Williamson.
I'll do what I can. You know, as you can see, this country is infested with all manner of scum.
You'd say that again.
Well, one other thing, Marston. Mr. Johnson, sir. It's Mr. West Dickens. He's missing.
Who?
Mr. West Dickens, the tonics merchant. He was due in town last week.
Oh, the narcotic and bat piss salesman who cons housewives out of their money with promises of eternal youth.
Yes, him, but I think you're being a little unfair. He's helped a great many of the county, and many of the townsfolk are really missing him.
You hear that, Marston? We just butchered a gang of thieves, and the town is up in arms about a missing snake oil merchant. I am so glad to be serving such a wise and respectable people. Come on, Eli.
Somehow managed to.
How nice to see you.
Digas. Hasta pronto.
Good to be seeing you. How are you doing?
Tomorrow, I'm going out to hunt me up a boy. About time we had a good cook-up. Hey, did you hear about that gunslinger? Came in from Blackwater to take out the Williamson gang.
Yep. I was talking to some Blackwater fellas last night. Seemed kind of snooty.
I don't know if I like a man with a mustache, Father. It does look good on one.
I'm gonna start spinning this thing, dummy.
Well, hello there.
Ah, Mr. Marston, how are you?
Good, Miss McFarland. How are you?
I'm well. Would you mind riding with me to Armadillo? I've got to get some supplies and I could do with the company.
Of course.
You can take the reins. It wouldn't do for a terrifying bounty hunter such as yourself to be seen driven around by a woman. Take the reins, Mr. Marston. You're looking much better, considering you were almost buzzard food a couple days ago.
I have you to thank for that, miss.
So do tell me, have you needlessly risked your life since we last spoke?
No, miss, I have not.
Well, that's a relief. Perhaps there's hope for you yet.
I wouldn't bet on it.
Oh, there's always hope, Mr. Marston. You can't be a rancher in this kind of country if you don't believe that.
An admirable attitude, miss.
I suppose so. I can't think of any other way to stay sane, to be frank. What about you? Have you ever given up hope altogether?
Hope hasn't really entered into it. It's not really something I think about.
A peculiar outlook. I can't really say I understand you.
I can't always say I do either.
Oh, don't be so deliberately enigmatic.
I'm not, miss.
Yes, you are. You are being deliberately obscure as a substitute for having a personality.
I just know there are two theories to arguing with women, and neither one works.
I'm not even going to dignify that gibberish with a response. I think it's kind of funny I found you dying on the side of the road and now you're driving me into town.
You have a strange sense of humor.
Well, you must admit, it's an unusual start to a friendship.
I didn't realize we were friends, Miss McFarland.
Oh, please. Now who's being funny? Listen, I know that business with Williamson is your business, but I don't know. You've been good to us, and I don't think you're a bad man. A little stupid, perhaps, but not rotten. I just worry about you gallivanting around these parts like you're some kind of deranged bounty hunter. Like Paul always says, don't go waking snakes.
I appreciate your concern for us lesser mortals, Miss McFarland. I really do. And if there was any other way out, I'd take it. I can assure you of that.
You never did tell me where you live.
I have a small holding up in Great Plains.
A farmer? Yeah, and I'm the Queen of England. And at what point during your day of hunting down outlaws do you find time to raise chickens?
Only been at it 3 years or so. I guess I'm kind of new to it.
You're telling me? So who's looking after this farm of yours right now?
Uncle. Well, he's not my uncle, as far as I know. Just an old dog who's as lazy as a lizard on a hot day. The kind of fella laboring under the delusion that age brings wisdom.
Sounds like the perfect person to leave in charge of your entire livelihood.
We go way back, and I didn't have a lot of choice.
I'd be getting back there if I was you.
That's what I'm trying to do, miss.
Good stuff.
How well do you know New Austin?
I don't. We talked about coming down here many times, but never made it.
Who's we?
Me and the folks I used to work with. Yeah, New Austin. The last real outlaw country, where the old ways still hold true. Do a man wrong, he'll shoot you for it. Do a man right, well, he still may shoot you for it. But at least you have an idea of what's right and what's wrong there.
Dear, oh dear, Mr. Marston. What dreadful novel did you get that romanticized drivel out of? Those days are long gone, if they were ever here at all. According to Paul, those days were just people looking at each other because they lost at cards. We'll be lucky if our ranch survives another 5 years. Businessmen are the new cowboys. You look like a man who's been through the mill.
Thank you.
I mean, you've lived some life. I'm 27 years old and I have rarely left Hennigan's stead. Although many years ago we did briefly employ a French governess. Well, I think she was French. She said she was French, but she spoke Russian. That was when Paul thought I would become a lady.
A change of pasture doesn't always make for a fatter calf.
I know, and I wouldn't change my life for all the money in the world. I'm saying, sometimes I wish I'd felt brave, been more places, seen more things.
If you ask me, it usually takes more strength to stay than to run, Mrs. Farland.
I always enjoy a trip to Armadillo.
Sure is a pleasant journey.
It used to be such a nice town before that gang started helling around the place, causing all that trouble, shaking down the local merchants, kidnapping, and worse.
That's what I heard.
It's a terrible shame, if you ask me, and there's not a man with a gravel in his gizzard to stand up to them.
What about the marshal?
Well, he's doing what he can with what he's been given, I suppose. So this is Armadillo. Manhattan it is not, but it does okay for us. Most important thing for you right now is getting yourself into Dr. Johnson's office to purchase some medicine. The first one's on me.
Thank you, miss. I'll pay you back.
I'm sure you shall. The doc's a good fellow. He saved your life, so be polite to him. Meet me in front of the general store when you're done.
What in the background doing?
The whole town needs my expertise today.
Howdy, mister.
You need something for that yacht?
Why, thank you.
I'm buying. Take care of yourself, man. Fine by yacht.
I don't know what that did.
Howdy.
Nice.
bother me. It was nice to be able to enjoy the view for once, and a little company never hurts.
You're more than welcome, miss. Least I can do. Thank you for the medicine.
Why don't you have a look around Armadillo? You can always take a stagecoach back to the ranch later.
I might just do that. Travel safely, miss.
Try not to get yourself shot. I won't be around to save you this time.
You ever wonder how great it must be?
Son of a bitch! Help! Someone!
Stinking whore! I'm gonna cut you a new hole. You think I'm a Jew? That's no way to treat a woman.
Suppose not all men are bad. I won't forget what you did here.
Maybe it's time to think about a different line of business.
Oh!
Don't think you'll be needing this.
Howdy there. Jeb Murphy don't put his name to a gun either.
You hear Jeb Murphy at the gun shop lost his son?
Nope, we can't put no price on safety.
Hey, volcanic pistol. Nice.
Howdy. Rattlesnake Fest next month. Guess that means I'll be busy. Whatever your purpose, they'll work.
Back to you.
Tornado spotted up north.
Come on. Yeah.
I think I'll let that one.